Welcome back, everybody. I'm Tyson, your host. I'm here as always with Marta. How you doing today, Marta?
Good, Tyson. How are you?
Good. This is how to be a better restaurant customer.
Yay.
Um, Today we're going to be talking about what's the name of the blog?
You're famous?
You're
Really?
famous,
Then
really,
tip
then
like
tip like
it.
it. Right,
Yeah.
right. You know, if you're famous, you know what I'm saying? Show me the money.
Exactly.
All right, well, tell us a little bit about this post.
And that's the post in a nutshell, honestly. It really is.
Okay.
You know, if you're famous, show me the money. I have a couple of theories to discuss in this.
Okay.
First of all, and this is, perhaps a controversial view, or everyone in the world might not agree with me about this. Certainly, a lot of famous people might disagree with me. But I feel like if you're an instantly recognizable person, then you have certain public obligations. And by instantly recognizable, I'm talking about P. Diddy or whatever he calls himself these days, or, Brad Pitt or Sarah Palin, just somebody that if this person walks in the room, 99% of the people will instantly be like, oh my gosh, it's so-and-so. If you're instantly recognizable, then you have an obligation, in my opinion, to tip awesomely, period.
Okay.
As long as the service is good. I mean, I'm not saying if the service sucks, then you still have to leave an awesome tip. If the service is good, I think that you're obligated to not only tip well, but tip extravagantly. It's part of being an instantly recognizable person.
Right.
Why should you get to leave $20 tip like the rest of the world does when you make millions and millions and millions of dollars? And we know you make millions and millions and millions of dollars. So,
all right, sounds reasonable. I see the logic.
yeah.
All right, tell us a little more.
Well, now I have an additional theory, though. There are people that are, they're quote unquote celebrities, I guess. I mean, they're certainly people of some sort of note, we'll say, but they're not instantly recognizable. They walk in a room and maybe a couple of people will recognize them, or nobody will. At best, people might go, I think that person looks familiar. Did I go to school with that person?
Right.
What happens in restaurants is that these people will come in, and when they're not recognized, they make sure everyone knows who they are. And then as soon as they tell you who they are, then you go, oh yeah, that's so-and-so. Once you make that leap, I'm going to make sure everybody recognizes who I am. Now you're obligated to tip extravagantly, in my opinion.
Okay.
Because you came in incognito, sorry to say, but nobody knew who you were. So you could have just had your meal and tipped averagely or even less than averagely, and nobody would have been the wiser.
Right.
But you made sure we knew who you were, so now, in my opinion, you're obligated to tip extravagantly as well.
Okay. Well, I am absolutely, positively certain that you have some examples. So why don't you tell us about them?
And I do have a couple examples. Tyson and I laugh about that because he asks me about examples, and lots of times my mind goes blank. He knows I have examples because I come home every day and tell him what's happened to me each and every day. So he knows I have examples, but for some reason when we're doing this, my mind goes blank. But I do have examples about this.
Okay.
We had a young lady come into my restaurant last year, I believe it was last year, and she was a reject from the show Flavor of Love.
Okay.
She was on Flavor of Love, and ultimately he did not choose her. So she came in, and nobody recognized that that's who she was. So she and the people that she was with made sure everybody knew that that's who she was. And, as soon as she said it, then, a lot of people in my restaurant had seen the show. Oh, yeah, that's her. And now everybody's like, that's the chick from Flavor of Love. She didn't leave a tip at all for her server. It wasn't me, thank God. It was somebody else. 0 tip was left. And she had come in with a group of, 8, 10 people or something. But they came in slowly, and they didn't really eat. They were just getting drinks and all this kind of thing. So it wasn't even a party situation. We put gratuities on parties of, 8 or more people. It didn't even go down like that because of the way that they came in. So, you came in and then broadcasted who you were and left nothing. So, another example, I had a local newscaster.
Sure.
Yes, I have another example. I had a local newscaster in my, we're from the Detroit area. So it was a local newscaster in Detroit. And you know, he came in and sat at my table, and I didn't recognize him. He was just some guy. And but he made sure I realized who he was. He told me who he was. And last, I think, like 15%. And you know, whatever, you made sure that I realized that I was waiting on a newscaster or a news anchor or whatever the case might be, and then you left me like an average tip.
Wow.
But you wanted me to know that I was waiting on an above average person.
Right.
Well, then give me an above average tip. I was very irritated about that.
Do you have any good examples of people who come in and maybe they're, you know, somewhat known or whatever, but they're nice and pleasant and different things like that, and they do leave you maybe not an extra, you know, a nice tip or whatever? Do you have a reverse?
Well, we have some people that have come into our restaurant before, and you know, I didn't want to name names with the negative examples, but I feel okay leaving some names for the good examples, like Jack A. From 227, Sister, different things like that. She's come into my restaurant on more than one occasion.
Okay.
And she's a good, solid tipper. You know, it's. I think that it suffices for the person I know that she is. I've never waited on her personally, but you know, servers, we talk. I mean, if somebody comes in and we recognize them, we're gonna be like, what they leave you?
Right,
So
right.
she's a good tipper. She's nice. You know, the type of person that she tends to portray on TV is like this kind of diva-esque person. So you might think that that's how she'd be in real life, but she's, you know, she's not. So
That's cool.
yeah, and that's cool. We have a local radio personality that comes in that I've never waited on, but you actually dealt with in a managerial way.
Yeah.
And
Gary Chamley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know, but from what I understand, he's a good tipper. So, you know.
Yeah, he's one of those superstar RCs.
Oh,
the blog that you did.
Oh, the regulars.
Yeah.
He comes in, everybody knows who he is.
Yeah,
Yay,
he's
Gary!
making noise,
And,
yeah. I mean, but he's cool, you know. That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, was there anything else you want to talk about with this blog? Because I want to talk about your book.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, that's it. You know, you're famous, really, then tip like it. You know, show me the money, like Tyson said. That pretty much wraps that up.
Okay. Well, you've been telling your fans to expect something surrounding your book. So why don't you tell us where you are with that? Okay.
Definitely. Well, you know, I'm writing a book based on how to be a better restaurant customer, the website. That was always kind of one of the goals in the website.
Right.
So we're at that stage now of writing the book. And something, an idea that we had was that prior to the book being finished and releasing the final product, if you will, the whole book, we would release random chapters as ebooks, and you can, you know, get them for $1. As a, you know, a chapter is $1, and it's, you know, it's a good thing in a lot of ways because first of all, it's, you know, it helps us out. It helps us, you know, I have the donate buttons, everything on the website. Please help me take a day off of work to write. You buying the ebooks really contributes to that. And then secondly, you have an opportunity to actually let me know what you think. You know, the book hasn't been put in a final form yet, so you have an opportunity to read these chapters and tell me what you think. Give me feedback or give me suggestions, or if you have something to say that you think, you know, I should put in the book, you know, then you should definitely, you know, tell me that. You know, this is your opportunity to read some of the chapters and really, you know, tell me what you think and help me write my book type of thing.
Sweet. Well,
so that's just something that we're really hoping that everybody will jump on board and do.
Okay. Well, not to give any specific numbers or amounts, how's the donations coming?
That's coming, definitely. That's coming. I'm happy to say, you know, that we received, you know,
that's good. That's
money.
Good.
So, you know, people are, you know, taking advantage of that option.
All right, sweet.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, guys. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
As always, it was nice talking to you.
You too, sweetie.
Okay. We'll see you next time, okay?
All right, bye.
God
Love
bless you.
you.